Shalom, shalom. Giving honor and praise unto the Creator and the Maker of heaven and earth. My name is Yeshiah Yisrael, known to many as Moreh Yeshiah, known to some as Kashub the Danites. I wanted to do this speech. This is not a presentation. This is not a PowerPoint. This is not a history class. This is not a Hebrew class. This is a speech that I'm coming from my own mind, my own heart, in the name of the Most High, according to the law, statutes, and commandments. This date being April of 2018, as many may know, I was on a particular channel, Maccabees TV, much respect to the brothers who set that up. And what I'm going to say is in no way an attack on the channel. It's an attack on self. It's an attack on me. Just as much as Maccabees TV did not manipulate me to speak against another Israelite brother whom I've known for many years, so is nobody on this particular channel manipulating myself to do this apology speech, an apology video. For those who may know, I did speak against a particular brother in the house of Israel, his name being Uzziel Lewi. Now, for those who saw the video, and when this is loaded on my own personal, I can actually put it in the description so you can see where I spoke against another Israelite out of place and out of character and out of time. If a man does something that another man disagrees with, the proper way that I was even taught, being brought in this way of life as a child, is you do it off camera. If a man is teaching something and he happens to be incorrect, one of the things is you write a letter and you pass it off to that person and let him make the correction himself as a mature, responsible individual. However, what I did was immature and not responsible. To the people who show me respect and love, I want you to know and understand that I'm only human, not perfect. And when able to see my error, I have no problem making the adjustment and making a correction for it. Now, why is this being done on YouTube Live as such, or YouTube in this particular aspect as a public apology, is because when I slandered the brother, when I disrespected the man, it was done on YouTube in front of many people to see. Thousands actually saw. So it's only in the knowledge of the Holy One of Yisrael, the knowledge of the Most High, that you have a just weight and just balance. So if you publicly try to defame your man, your brother, a friend to you, if you will, then it's only right that you sit there and you publicly make such an apology. I'm going to read something out of the book of Leviticus. Now, this is in everyone's Bible, whether you have the Stones, the Masoretic text, or the King James. Leviticus 19, verse 16, and we read as follows, right? There shall not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand aside when mischief befalls thy neighbor. I am Yah. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt certainly rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin on his account. One of the things before I wanted to do any more presentations, for those who've been following my channels very meticulously, or any deeper lessons and so forth, I wanted to be known that I am offering my apologies to the brother Chief Uzziel Lewi. In a particular video that I didn't mention his name, but everybody knows who knows who you was talking about, knows who one was talking about, and who one was taking shots at. For myself, I'm in my 30s. That is not the way to go about a particular situation. Now, I'm known in Israel as a Hebrew teacher, as a historian, and so forth. And I don't particularly subscribe to unison with different nations or races, but that's just my personal understandings of myself, for me. The particular video was with the brother Uzziel Lewi interviewing the European Jew rabbi named Harry Rosenberg, and I had taken offense to it. Instead of going off camera and speaking to the man by telephone or text or meeting in person, knowing where the man congregates at, I decided it was a better idea to try to take shots, being in my feelings, to go and publicly attempt to defame while not even mentioning the name of the person. That is not the mature way to handle a matter in the house of Israel. So, in a conclusion, I offer my apologies. I spoke to the man off camera. about this particular situation, but I wanted it to be noted on camera, as it was done on camera when I defamed a man, that I should never have handled it in that particular aspect. I said things such as saying that maybe the man was getting paid under the table. I cannot prove that. That's not really my business, what one does with the interviews and whether they receive monetary funding for such. That's not even my place. I was out of character for even speaking upon that particular subject. And the other aspect, I don't do interviews. I am interviewed in many cases. So many interviews I've done range from the Kemet subject to Hebrew matters to the aspect of henotheism to the aspect of Israelites in ancient Assyria and so forth and so on. Whereas a person who does interviews, they have to remain unbiased. I'm not biased myself, but I do have a particular goal in genre in my presentations. Whereas when you're doing an interview, or you're being, or pardon me, or you're the person doing an interview, you can't really judge it on that particular matter. So you have to be more versatile than I am. And that's where my tunnel vision didn't allow me to see that. So not to play haughty, not to sound arrogant or belligerent, I still hold the feelings that I hold, such as the intermingling with the black Israelites and European Jews. However, I don't think that the way I did about it, or actually I know the way in which I handled it, was not the best way to handle such. Several people have approached me about that video off camera, like, why would you say that? That wasn't the best way to do it. And to the courtmate that I have, to the sister that I'm courting with, it actually led off camera into a disagreement. And that's all I'm gonna say for now. And that was being stubborn, arrogant, belligerent, and not the way that, for those who may watch this, who knew my upbringing from Koshieri and Hashaba, was not the way I was brought up to be. Not perfect, but I say before the Most High, in the name of the Most High, Yod He Wah He, I sincerely apologize to the Most High. I apologize to the brother Uzziel Lewi and anybody else who was offended by such. Being known as a Moreh in Hebrew in history, that's exactly the lane I should have stayed in and not try to take shots at anybody. With that, I say Todah for the time. Shalom.
Thank you for the apology, my brother. Apologies accepted and no hard feelings on my side. And from this, hopefully we can move on and be great. But I do